we're going to Disney World! Okay, so as a kid, those words were the greatest words that you could ever hear. Kind of like an alcoholic hearing the words, you get free beer for a year. It's one of the most exciting experiences that you could ever have. Like when I was 7, I think is when I went to Disney World for the first time. Oh my God, it was the most amazing experience in my life. You walk into this park, surrounded by magic, Cinderella's castle, the princes and the princesses that you don't really realize, wait a second, last time I saw you, you were a cartoon, but you don't care because you're a kid. And you have all these rides and all these lands and all this fun right here. Small World, Mad Hatter's Teacups, Space Mountain. Oh my God, as a kid, that was the most amazing ride that I've ever been on in my life. You get in a rocket, this little rocket thing, okay? And you like shoot up into space. And you're like going to the moon, and it's just the most amazing roller coaster in the world. But when you get older, okay, for instance, all right, you're in the little rocket, right? So you go to Disney World as an adult. You're sitting in this little rocket, you know, like this. You got to straddle like this and sit in this thing. And your legs are put out. And if you have an uneven number of people with you, it's the worst experience in the world. You'll have your friends, and you're just chilling, and then they're like, oh, single riders, any single riders? So they get this like random guy, and he sits behind you. And so you're sitting like this in this rocket with this guy, and he's like scooting up, like, you know, trying to get situated, and you're like, oh, hey, magic, that's fabulous, stop it. So you're sitting there, and his feet are like right here. I mean, what do you say? Like, what kind of conversation do you have? Like, oh, those shoes. Some great shoes. I like your shoes. Love those shoes. Do you want to go to dinner later? Like, I mean, what kind of conversation do you have? But the worst thing that you can have is a kid. Okay, say you got the dad, the kid, you and your friend. Okay, and then they set the kid, you're still like this, okay? And they set the kid right here, right there, right here in your lap. So you're like, oh God, I'm not, hands, not touching the kid, not. So the whole ride, even though it's a roller coaster, you got your hands up, not because you're having fun, but because you don't want to get to the end of the ride and the parent will look at the photo and be like, where are your hands? Where are your hands? My kid's right there, where are your hands at? And you're like, no, right there the entire time, right here. Like your kid's not even hot, right here. It's one of the most uncomfortable situations you can be in. Oh, parents and kids, speaking of that. Okay, so have you ever actually stood and watched parents and their kids at Disney with the characters? It's horrible. Like they take their kid, okay, little kid, and they shove it in front of the character. The kid's like, there's a big mouse, and I'm little, and the mouse is huge. And the parent's like, shut up! You are not going to ruin this. By God, we're going to have a magical experience. Get in the mouse! Get in the mouse! And the kid's like freaking out. One of the worst things you can do as a parent is to shove your little child in front of a visually impaired person with huge feet. I mean, that could scar your kid. Like you shove him in Mickey's mouse trap, as it is, and you just shove him. And the kid gets trampled, and it's the kid's fault. You stood in front of Mickey. God. Stood in front of Mickey. I said 3 feet. 3. I mean, really? And the excuses they come up with to get pictures with these characters is incredible. Like the little character attendant person or whatever they are, they will like say, oh, Mickey's got to go inside, got to go. And you hear these people going, oh no, one more for the baby, one more for the baby, just one more for the baby. And I'm sitting here going, your kid's 2 months old. Your kid's asleep. Your kid doesn't even know where it is. Disney World doesn't know, has no idea. I mean, it's not like they're going to grow up when they're like 20 and be in therapy, and they're going to be like, I'm here. 2 months old. 2 months old. My parents didn't let me have that picture, man. They didn't wake me up. I was ready. I was ready. I had my blanket, man. I was ready for that picture. I mean, they don't care. They don't know. You didn't ruin anything for your child. Or when someone says, oh, no, wait, just 1 more minute. We have a flight in an hour. We got to go get our flight in an hour. No. If your flight leaves in an hour, by the time you get out of the park, through the parking lot, across I-4, and all the way over to the other side, your flight's done landed at its destination. But that's a really good try. That's a good one. That's a good one. I like that. Go eat dinner. Dinner! That's another thing. Downtown Disney. Love Downtown Disney. They have this restaurant there that's called T-Rex. It's like Rainforest Cafe except with dinosaurs. It's like, I'm a dinosaur, and I'm a magical dinosaur. So, like, you're sitting at the table, and you can have so many experiences here. For instance, me and a friend, we were there one night, okay? So we were just eating dinner, blah, 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 and you feel like you're a celebrity, because these parents come out, you're sitting next to a dinosaur, and they're like, oh, picture of the dinosaur. And so you're sitting there trying to eat while these people are right here, and you don't know, you're like, do I smile? Do I? No. Okay. No. So you don't know if you're supposed to be in the picture. Like, one thing that I love to do, okay, when these families are taking pictures, I pretend like I'm choking or something in the picture. I'll be like I'm choking. Or I'll have a knife and act like I'm stabbing the person across the table from me. And they'll get home and see their pictures and they'll be like, oh my God,